Hello, tubes, and welcome to another episode of our Microsoft Flight Simulator career with Microsoft Flight Sim and the OnAir program. So, today we have a little bit longer of a flight, so we're going to run from Northeast Philadelphia down to Martin State. Says it's about a 40-minute flight, 82 nautical miles. Let's jump into it, shall we? Let's go ahead. Need OnAir here. We're at 91% fuel in our aircraft, so I'm cool with that. (904). Fly now. Fly. Fly. Map. Back over here. Alright, as soon as we get our aircraft set, map will adjust.
Tower Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 ready at runway 24 west departure. Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 wind 122 at 5.
Alright, seems to be good when we set this before. 248 is our heading. Is close enough. Altitude, we got it at 82 nautical mile flight. Let's go 5,000. Should get us through the clouds. Bird speed. (600 feet per minute). Now let's take off.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines. Airborne time logged.
Alright, so we need to do our heading. Autopilot. Flaps up. Let's not forget to set our altitude correctly. You know what? Let's give her a little more stress. Let's get her up to 900 feet per minute. Maybe we can slow our aircraft down just a little bit. I feel like we may have just put ourselves at an altitude to fly literally right into the middle of these clouds. So we may end up lowering our altitude. We're coming in at 2,000 feet already. And these clouds seem to be getting closer. And they're very not happy clouds. These are not Bob Ross clouds. Let me say that. You'll get that if you're old enough.
Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 frequency change. Philadelphia approach Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 is type Cub Crafters CC 19 5 miles southwest of northeast Philadelphia 2,400 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 Philadelphia approach. Squawk 7125.
Squawk 7125 Cub Crafters Tree 11.
Cub Crafters Tree 11 radar contact 6 miles southwest of northeast Philadelphia 2,900 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Alright, we're at 3,000 feet, chat.
Through the Bravo airspace, Cub Crafters Tree 11.
Flying the outskirts of Philly.
Cub Crafters Tree 11 contact Philadelphia approach on
Yep, there's 4,000. We're in the clouds.
Good day.
126.85 Cub Crafters Tree 11.
Yeah, if you can see, we're literally right here in the clouds.
Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 4,000 feet.
Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 Philadelphia approach altimeter tree 0.50 radar contact continue. Cub Crafters Tree 11 contact approach on 125.4. Good day.
Going to 125.4 Cub Crafters Tree 11. Approach Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 4,400 feet.
Cub Crafters 0 Tree 11 approach altimeter tree 0.50 radar contact continue.
Maybe we'll go up to 6. Hopefully get through these clouds. We're at about 1,000 feet to go. And, yeah. We're almost punching through. I think this is the highest we've ever taken this plane. I think it can go up to 14,000, if I remember correctly. Let's go 7. Just to get above these clouds. I want to start building up ice. We're gonna get to this altitude and we're gonna have to start our descent probably in like 10 minutes. Look at that view. So we're coming in on 7,000 feet. We're gonna have to occasionally punch through a couple clouds, but I feel like we're doing pretty good up here. know what? I kind of want to see if we can't get it higher. It's like Creed song. Can you take me higher? That was a bad joke. I shouldn't sing. Thousand feet per minute. Are you trying to crash because of ice? So if we can't get above some of these clouds, we might end up dropping back down below them. Yeah, we got some really angry clouds up here. We still got 1,000 feet to climb. We got 62 nautical miles to go till we hit Martin State, so we definitely won't have to worry about altitude on this. We just gotta worry about our speed. You can't ever stress the aircraft when we come down. But, yeah. See what we look like at about 200 feet. We may, begin a descent. Oh, of course, as soon as we punch through into Maryland, it's nice, clear weather. So we could be doing a low-level run here. And not be caught up here in these clouds. But anyway, we'll drop back down through. We'll give it a little bit. She just doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to get the last 10 feet, Captain. She just can't do it. Such a struggle to get to 9,000 feet. Alright, so here's what we're going to look at here. Let's slow this down to 50%. We'll ride to Newcastle at this height. Right, like... At about 40 miles, we'll start our descent. Look at these small little semi-rendering clouds, it seems like. We've already been airborne for 12 minutes, so. Like, this is. This is one of the longer ones we've done in a while. The last couple have been short little flights. Just ended up being because we had bad landings. And some of that was me being sick and not feeling well and just trying to push through it when I should have been resting and not really paying attention. Like, you can talk about the landing, but if you're not really focused on it, like, that's when you mess it up. So.
Philadelphia approach Cub Crafter 0 tree 11 is type Cub Crafter CC 19 5 miles northwest of 6 November Juliet Niner 9,000 feet. Request flight following.
Cub Crafter 0 tree 11 Philadelphia approach. Squawk 424 tree.
Squawk 424 tree, Cub Crafters tree 11.
Cub Crafters tree 11 radar contact 5 miles east of 4 Papa Sierra for 9,000 feet. Altimeter tree 0.48.
Roger, Cub Crafters tree 11.
Alright, we got 10 miles till Newcastle. Game still even looks good at this altitude. Like, the scenery looks amazing. So, what we'll do, we'll get within 40 miles or so of Martin State. We'll start our descent down to probably 2,000. So we'll shed 7,000 feet. Yeah. $9,000 feet on this flight is probably a little higher than what we should have went, but is what it is. Delaware River there, I believe. Yeah. I think that's Wilmington right below us. We should be right over 95, if that is Wilmington. So I mix it up each time I come. You can see 495 and you can see 95 in that shot, so. Really depends on traffic. Most of the time we go around the backside of the city. Go around the port there and up, and then loop around on the front side of Wilmington. So maybe we can get There's one in Newcastle's. For some reason, I don't remember Newcastle having a third runway. But apparently they do. Or is that a taxiway? I forgot to look at how to turn those hints off. It's probably just in settings. I gotta go in there and do it. But yeah, with being sick, I was not really focusing on too much of anything other than not feeling so sick. So, and we still got a little bit of residual from it, but you know. Is what it is. Alright. Altitude 2,000 feet. Actually, we'll do 2,300 feet. Bird speed on. 500 feet per minute. We got 40 miles to shed it, so. I'm just figuring we don't want to go in too steep because then we're going to overspeed and yeah. We're already right at the edge of our 20-minute ring. We've already dropped, what, 1,000 feet? Yeah, we dropped about 500. Almost 1,000. Alright, so we should get a straight in on runway 33 when we get down to here to Martin's. That's gonna really be the goal. Alright, so next one will be the last. The next video will be the last two legs of this. And then the next video will be flying back to Lancaster, seeing where we're going. And we'll also probably look in depth at our finances here. See how close we are to getting our own aircraft. I think right now the max loan we can get is $30,000. So if we can get like 180,000, we're looking pretty good at getting us a 172. And we'll run this even if we can buy it beforehand. And then once we run out of lease time on this guy, you know. Or, and I'm open to suggestions, do we just do a longer lease on this then and try and get it to where we can buy a larger aircraft than the 172? Like, moving to this to the Dahar is not going to be feasible because that's like $1 million price difference. Right, so we could have an aircraft. I think we can lease it out. Which, that's another thing. Do we buy aircraft and just start leasing them? Like a 172, X-Cub. And then maybe we get into doing something a little bit bigger at the next point. Like, I don't know. It's all so convoluted, so. But we're starting to actually have a noticeable drop here. We're down to 6,400 feet. I believe once we complete these last two flights, we will be getting, I believe it's like $7,800 for all this. So that's a thing as well too we need to look at. Can we sustain the way we're making money? Alright, we're almost 12 minutes out, so I'd say 12 to 15 minutes. We've already been in the air 25 minutes, so we are cruising though. I do know that much. We're about to have our 20-minute ring go into that approach line for runway 22 at Washington, so that should tell you something. We're at 5,200 feet and we're still descending. It's nice. I do like seeing the peninsulas here at this height. Like, it's just cooler to see it that way. Phillips Army Airfield up in Aberdeen, Proving Grounds. We're about to head across the Chesapeake and get set for our final. Roughly about 10 more minutes, chat, till final. Maybe 12. We still got 2,300 feet to shed, so we're about halfway down to where we need to be. With 26 nautical miles to go. I apologize about burping in everybody's ear. I didn't even feel that one coming. That's like the worst feeling, is when you burp and it's like, oh, well, I didn't even feel that coming.
Crafters 311 contact Potomac approach on 125.525. Good day.
Potomac approach.
525, Cub Crafters, Tree 11.
Alright, so we're adjusting our altimeter back down to 0.
Tree 11, 4,100 feet.
Crafters 0311 Potomac approach altimeter 30 decimal for 7 radar contact. Continue.
Alright. We are having a lot of good airspeed here. Alright, let's slow us down just a little bit more. I don't want to overspeed. We'll cut it from 50 to 40. Like, we're losing a little bit of speed there, but not much because we're still on descent. Final 900 feet in to our cruise altitude to come in and land. As we're, what, 20 nautical miles out? 21 nautical miles out? We're still threatening to overspeed. I think we finally halfway kicked this cold spot, but yeah, still gotta blow our nose every time and again, so I'm gonna take this minute here to do that, and we'll be right back. Alright, chat, we're back. We're getting closer and closer to that 25. Oh, no, we're at 2300. I thought we were at 2500, judging by the cloud cover. This should be heavier grace right in through here. Aberdeen, Edgewood, heavier grace. Like that whole area up here. Alright, so we're about 15 nautical miles out. We'll probably call off for the airport here in about 5 more miles. Line up for final. Come in, touchdown, and then we'll get ready for our next video. We're almost to our 5-minute ring. Here we go. This is that point where I always get nervous in the videos too. Because I just don't want to crash. Now granted, you guys know from the last couple videos that even if we crash, we know that footage is staying in. Like, I could edit them out, but that's not my style. I want to be apparent with everybody. So. This is our 10th episode, I believe. Yeah, it should be number 10 today. Let's go ahead. I'm just trying to think here. Do we Call it now. Or wait till we get a little bit closer. I think we're gonna wait till we get a little bit closer. Cut our engine level back to 35%. We're at 8 nautical miles. We gotta call it. Six.
Tower Cub Crafters 0311 is 8 miles east, 2,300 feet with India to land.
Cub Crafters 0311 Tower. Altimeter 30.49er, wind 071 at tree. Fly left base runway tree.
Ah, we got a left base. Guess what? We're coming in straight.
Fly left base runway tree, Cub Crafters 311.
Alright. It's that magical time in our flight, chat. We get to hit all the buttons to off.
Cub Crafters 311 wind 071 at tree. Cleared to land runway tree.
Cleared to land runway tree, Cub Crafters 311.
Not seeing the runway. Oh, I see it. Okay. Alright. We're almost in. Altitude looks good. Speed's a little high. Let's go ahead and give it some flap. Try and slow it down a little more. We'll keep it at 15% for now. Altitude is good. Still haven't had the 500-foot call. Still no 500-foot call. There it is.
Landing time logged.
Crafters 311 exit runway when able.
All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and get off the runway up here. It's not going to give us a blue line here, I guess, for our taxi. We're going to have to call ground. That actually felt like a pretty decent landing here.
Crafters 311 contact ground on 121.8.
Knowledge ground handoff.
121.8 Cub Crafters 311. Goodbye. Ground Cub Crafters 0311 taxi to parking.
Cub Crafter 0311 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Alpha Cub Crafters 311.
Okay, so it wanted us to go back out on the runway. I don't know what it wants at this point. GPS is confused. We're gonna shortcut that because, yeah, I'm not hitting this van and having to redo this flight. Get your forklifts away from me. Get your forklifts away from me. Alright, close enough.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Very hard landing. Our airspeed actually wasn't off by that much, which is rather surprising. It was just our vertical speed, or our landing rate. G's were good, landing speed was a little eh, but yeah, looks pretty good so far. Let's go ahead, wrap up this video. Everybody stay safe, happy flying, and remember, it's never goodbye, it's just till next time. I am Penalty Box Gaming. Peace, we're out.